Hello there! This is Blattymeow, and we're gonna do something a little different. For some people that know this, I have a little side hobby project thing that I do in my leisure time, which is editing Mario levels, which is modifying the original Super Mario World game, Super Nintendo game, into something of my own creation using the wonderful community of Super Mario World Central.net. And I'm kind of doing a little developer blog slash talking thing while playing through my game. I'm kind of explaining some of the shit, maybe on the technical side. So this message is just for the beta testers. So nothing important. And I haven't changed any of this, but I will at some point. So get over it. One thing I'm proud of, though, is I have a custom overworld, and this is a project spanning already in about a year's time, so every world in progression gets a little bit, I guess, more polished. At least I think so. So the first overworld is when I first was starting with the overworld, and then the second one is the second time, and then third and fourth, and it gets a little bit more advanced and a little bit more cleaner as it turns on. But right now you can see it's really blocky, which is kind of how a first overworld will probably look like, because making curves is hard as shit, man. Screw that shit. Making overworlds are ridiculous. You gotta fucking, like, take little tweezers and start poking around the little noose hairs and start, like, twisting the land like little freaking lines. It's crazy, man. But without further ado, let's play the first level, No Turning Back. I guess the name kind of spawned from the fact that you're like, you know, your back is a cliffside in the ocean. And no turning back. Not sure why you start here, but you do. So if you didn't catch it on the title screen, the name of the game is the Enigmatic Piranhas, which is, enigma is like a conundrum wrapped in a puzzle or some shit. And it's a cool word. It's a cool word at the time. At least at the time, it was a cool word. And I did it. That's what I chose. And piranha plants are fun. And actually, the idea came to me when I made the boss of Lemon's Land, which is a video you could see should you want to see it for any weird reason. And that boss is simply just a piranha plant that you just get a fire flower, and it's a really quiet room, and you just shoot it and kill it. It's not it really can't defend itself unless you're stupid and run into it, which some people would do. Now, the story's not really important, and anybody that, like, any person that actually plays a Mario game for story is kind of dumb, because there's just no point. Mario's never meant to have a story. Just some sort of reason to progress you through worlds or have a chance to make different worlds. So what I did is that there's something is making piranha plants within the sacred temples or some shit of the world I made corrupted. And since they're at the temple, which is like kind of like the epicenter or the focal point of each world, it's corrupting the world with enemies and all that unfair shit fucks. What in the fuck? Why did it end like that? That doesn't even make sense. How does that even work? What? Well, I don't even know. I didn't change the goal. It should just fade out into the overworld, and now that changed. You see what I mean? There is so much troubleshooting involved with this thing. Like, it's not an easy task to do this shit. I mean, anybody can learn the Lunar Magic tool, which is what I use, but holy shit. Like, I didn't even touch the goal block, and now it makes it like as if you beat a boss when you beat it. I didn't change it at all, but obviously it did somewhere. So that's always scary. Shit goes wrong that shouldn't go wrong, and I didn't even change. So it's kind of scary. But yeah, hopefully I'll be able to get all the dragon coins and shit to kind of show where all the secrets are and all that fun stuff. But really, all these levels are still in a beta phase. Just because the levels are technically done doesn't mean I'm done with them. And I have some beta testers doing stuff right now. Thank you guys. And that is going to help me fine-tune levels. So I'm just not doing it right now because I want to keep progressing through the game and get all the levels done in at least a very basic geometry fashion. So what I do is basically have an idea of the... Usually it's kind of weird how I do this. It's probably not the best way to do it, but I kind of could say I have a pretty creative mind. And I take a lot of creative liberties and shit, so... freaking train of thought is just... shell, 1 up. Train of thought coming back in 3, 2, 1. At first I think of a level name. Or I think of the overworld, which I already had all the worlds like kind of like thought up. Why is it doing that? Ugh! At least it's not fucking the game up, whatever. And so when I have the overworld done, I kind of think of a level name, and that level name kind of judges what the level's going to be like. But actually, I've kind of changed that now. In fact, making the overworld, I kind of just plan out what level, because I'm only making 3 or 4 levels per world, so that gives me a little bit of, like, everything will seem fresh for each world, which is a nice thing to do, instead of having to make like 7 levels for one world, where things might start getting low. Okay, fire world. Level 1's fire, level 2's fire, level 3 is a fire with some lava rising, level 4 some more fire, level 5 is fire with lava rising, level 6 is just lava, you know what I mean? So instead of having 3 levels, I'd be like, 1's a fire level, 1's a volcano level, and 1's a level with fire rising, and everything's fresh and new. So I kind of plan out what I want for each level in a very, very basic way, and sometimes I don't even name the level then. The level's name's not too important until near the end, just like the titles are of my YouTube videos. I don't plan it. I missed that dragon coin, my apologies. But so with that, I build the basic geometry of everything. I kind of really don't make any coins or Yoshi coins or any of that stuff at all, and kind of just build a level. And I put some decorations in it. After I'm done doing the basic geometry, I put some decorations in there, such as those flowers and those little bushes and like little overgrowths that are in the ledge there, like green stuff. And after that, I add some objects. And the objects are like coin blocks, multiple coin blocks, hidden 1-up blocks, all that stuff, mushrooms and all that crap. And then finally, you put the sprites in. Sprites are the last thing I put in. And I don't just throw sprites in. I actually kind of time and plan where their sprites are going to be, so it's a challenge and at the same time, a kind of like flowing experience, hopefully. But that's where testing comes from, you know? You gotta do a lot of testing. Also, if you notice, the hit points is kind of familiar from the Super Mario 64 hit point bar, which it is. It is a patch that I installed, which gives Mario essentially about 4 hit points for most enemies that hit him. But some things, he technically has 8 slices, but most things take 2 hit points. And 5 coins refills 1 slice. And a mushroom refills 2 slices. And hopefully, if it works, I am going to incorporate a few new sprites, such as a blue mushroom that gives you 30 coins, which would fill your shit up pretty good. And I think I have one more thing, but I don't know. And before it... Woo! Yeah, fuck you. That pisses me off, because there's no reason why I should do that, because I didn't touch the shit. I don't get it. So that patch was a pain in the ass to implement, and as you can see that the palette of the time, clock, the coins, change color, depending on what hit points you have. I just find it a cool dynamic effect. It's kind of a cop-out, but I don't know how to fix that. I don't know if I can, because palettes are limited, and this game was never meant to be modified anyway, so I really can't complain. Now, one bad thing about the hack, though, is that when you swim, when Mario is in the water tile, which is tile 0 or tile 2, when he's in one of those tiles, he loses 1 pie slice about every 4.5 seconds. Now, that's great. It's like he's drowning. Okay, cool. However, the problem is if I get this mushroom, 2 points. Poof! Now, the problem is that fuck dick. And the other problem is you can't really, this game is not that advanced. You can't really constitute where Mario is swimming and when underwater. So when Mario's in a swimming animation, to put it in layman's terms, he's in that drowning state. So even if you're on the you're in the surface of water, but you're still swimming, you're losing the same way. So I kind of cop it out saying it's like stamina or something, and Mario gets tired and drowns because he ate too much spaghetti or some crap. But, you know, I tried to fix it, but there's no way to do it. It just crashes if I try to do anything with it. So, poop potatoes all over the buffalo chicken sandwich, and you'll be okay. So, I don't want to hear about it. Also, a fun part about doing a level like this is you can make your own secret levels and secret exits, which I have so graciously done. Actually, not graciously. I only have a few secret levels so far, and I actually don't have that much because making the overworld's a pain in the ass. And I didn't really plan to make secret shortcuts for a while, so there's not really much shortcuts. I think there's like 1. But like I said, first overworld, this is not going to be like some like masterpiece work, but it's definitely my best work I've done. You know, how like, the overworld is fucking confusing as shit. That takes like a million years to figure out. And I actually made the entire overworld, including the last level and all, first, and that's actually all done. And now I'm working on the levels, which I'm currently on the castle area of World 4. Because you know, all Mario levels have some sort of castle area. So I'm not really going into detail of the levels, like saying, oh, now see, you can see this is fishies following you as you try to race towards the yellow switch. Well, no shit, it's a Mario game. That's kind of what you're avoiding enemies you're swimming away from. I'm kind of explaining the technical side of things just for the fun of it. And, you know, you can change your own Switch Palace shit, but one thing you don't want to do is mess with this message, because if you mess with the message, you kind of mess up that, will turn block into block. Like, really what it looks like is like a period with like a slash, and even if you try to emulate that somewhere, it doesn't seem to ever create blocks like that. So, without every heavy, like, assembly language code editing, I don't think I could really do anything with that. So, screw it! So, back into Lake Lachine, we're gonna go really quick here. And we're going to get to the theme of the game, which is the temples. And there's going to be a temple, not in every world, to kind of... I squeaked there a bit, sorry for that. I swear I hit puberty. I mean, I'm 16 for God's sake, so puberty's kind of done already. Anyway, the whole thing about Bushwhack is that, you know, Sling Blade nearly chopped his head in two, you know. Wait, wrong. Oh, whoa, never mind. So I'm not gonna have a temple for every world. Oh, you see that? There's no there's a missing seaweed there. There should be a seaweed connected to the ground, and the reason for that is because there's a coin in place of that. And a coin, unfortunately, but it's the only way to really have it work. A coin is an object. So if you put a coin in front of anything that's also an object, it erases and overrides it, and vice versa. Now, the issue with that is that if you put in actual physical solid water and put a coin inside of water, you can't have that effect. It will make like a hole in the water. So the only way to have coins in water is just to make the level, check a flag, making it underwater. So you can make a level underwater even if you're not in water. So you can make some pretty cool effects. Like you could be like saying like, oh, you know, you could like make yourself swim in space, or you can even make yourself swim like right here. You know, kind of like how World 9 did that in the air. Like, put like ground shit. That's a weird fucking pose. All right. So, Lachine Temple. Lachine Temple is my temple. And so what I'm kind of trying to do, and what I think I'm going to do, is that there's going to be a temple for some of the worlds. Maybe like 6 or 5 out of 8. There's going to be 8 worlds. And the music that plays is always going to be the same music. And the reason I did that is because I like the music. It's very serious and very, like, intense. But the real reason I did that is because I think I can maybe kind of encompass, like, oh, I see, we're at another temple, we're going to fight another plant. When you keep hearing this music, and you'll notice at the end of each world, when you go to a temple, this is going to be the music. You're like, okay, this is the temple. This is going to get serious, because I make the temples a little more difficult than the worlds. So that's kind of what I want to try to capture with people when they play it. And you know, I think maybe I'm successing at that, but I'm not sure. But yeah, the temple is actually really spike in difficulty. It's actually pretty tough. It's actually kind of like a little more way tough than the first levels, but you know. And I might have to tone it down a few times. I might have to tone it down somewhat, but for right now, I'm not. But like I said, once I get World 8 done, it's not like I'm gonna, okay, ship it off, send it. It's gonna be required a lot of testing, a lot of perfection, a lot of graphical fixes, like, you know, even like that seaweed problem, which I could get to in a second, really, but I just don't remember it, and it's because it's not really important. It's a really trivial thing, but it's something that I don't want in there in the final project, so it's like a little baby of mine, you know. I am trying it, but the unfortunate part is that the fact of the matter is that a lot of things, such as just my casual hobbies, are going to slow down by a grand amount. And the reason for that is I've actually successfully landed a job in my college degree field, which is extremely exciting and extremely fantastic opportunity for me to get ahead a little bit, or start out nice and get on track. Oh, the reason why Mario disappears in the pipe animation like that is not because it's a missing animation, but the fact that there's tiles in front of the pipe area, Mario goes behind him because it's some sort of priority thing. I'm almost certain of that. I missed that dragon card, I better go get it! So, fuck a dick. Oh, I didn't miss it. Cool. Yeah, and another thing I need to do for this level is extend the timer, because the timer is really ungracious. It's I only got a few minutes. I got a few bit left here, but I'm at the end, luckily. But still, it's pretty vicious. All the dragon coins, and then we get to this place where it's like I won't be surprised if this is fucking like messed up just for no reason. But it's a shrine level. It's a shrine level, and this is like the music's kind of like peaceful and calming, kind of give you like what's going on here. It's enigmatic, maybe. Ho! You just gotta shoot this guy up, kill it, and you're good. So the boss is the level itself. Now I am going to include bosses. I do have some in mind, and hopefully they're going to be kind of, you know, climatic and rememberable as much as a Mario boss could be rememberable. But we'll have to see. So the next world I'm going to go to is Agachi Swamp, which I just named these names just completely randomly. But next blog, or whatever the hell you want to call it, rambling, is going to be Agachi Swamp. So thanks guys, and if you want a tuna fish, you can order one by processing the shipping and handling of $5.99 and making sure that you inform me that you're going to want the gelatin as opposed to the feeding cubes. Thank you.